Stop. If you're over 70 and driving in the UK, the next 60 seconds could save you from losing your license, facing a £1,000 fine, or even worse, invalidating your car insurance without even knowing it. The DVLA has rules that are catching out thousands of senior drivers every single year, and most people have absolutely no idea they're breaking the law until it's too late. What I'm about to reveal in this video is information that every driver over 70 must know right now. Don't click away because this could be the most important video you watch all year. Hello, and welcome back to Senior Secure UK, the channel dedicated to helping you navigate life's challenges as you get older here in the United Kingdom. I'm absolutely delighted you've joined me today because we're diving into a topic that affects hundreds of thousands of drivers across our nation. If you're new here, this channel exists to provide you with clear, honest, and practical information about everything from legal requirements to financial matters, health concerns to everyday living. We cut through the confusion and give you the facts you need to live your best life with confidence and security. Now, before we get started, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now and click the notification bell. Why? Because I regularly share vital information that could make a real difference in your life, and you don't want to miss updates that could protect you, save you money, or keep you on the right side of the law. Plus, subscribing is completely free, and it helps this channel reach more people who need this information. Today we're tackling something that's causing enormous confusion and worry among older drivers: the DVLA requirements for over 70s. I've seen the panic spreading on social media, the misinformation being shared in community groups, and the genuine fear people have about losing their independence. So I want to set the record straight once and for all. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what the law requires, what you need to do to stay legal, and how to protect your right to drive for years to come. Let me start by addressing the biggest myth that's causing unnecessary panic. Turning 70 does not mean you automatically lose your driving license. I cannot stress this enough. Thousands upon thousands of people in their 70s, 80s, and yes, even their 90s, continue to drive safely, legally, and confidently every single day across the United Kingdom. Age alone does not disqualify you from driving. However, and this is crucial, there are specific legal requirements you absolutely must meet once you reach this milestone birthday. Here's what actually happens when you turn 70. Your driving license expires. This is not a new rule. It's been in place for many years. But what catches people out is this: your license does not renew automatically. You must take action to renew it yourself. And after you turn 70, you must renew your license every 3 years. Not 5 years like when you were younger, every 3 years without fail. Now you might be thinking that sounds straightforward enough, but here's where it gets serious. The DVLA estimates that thousands of drivers are currently on British roads driving past their license expiry date. Many of these people have absolutely no idea they're breaking the law. They're not criminals. They're ordinary people who either didn't receive the renewal reminder, forgot about the deadline, or simply didn't understand how the system works. But ignorance, unfortunately, is not a defense in the eyes of the law. If you drive with an expired license, you are committing a criminal offense. Let that sink in for a moment. You could be fined up to £1,000. You could be prosecuted. But here's what's even more terrifying. Your car insurance becomes completely invalid the second your license expires. Completely invalid. This means if you're involved in an accident, even if it's absolutely not your fault, your insurance company will not pay a single penny. You become personally liable for all damages, all medical costs, all compensation claims. We're talking about sums that could reach hundreds of thousands of pounds, enough to destroy your savings, force you to sell your home, and leave you in financial ruin. I don't share this to scare you. I share it because I care about your well-being and your financial security. This is preventable. The renewal process is straightforward and completely free. There is absolutely no excuse for letting your license lapse. So, what exactly do you need to do? About 90 days before your 70th birthday, the DVLA should send you a renewal form. This form is called a D46P. It's a medical self-declaration form, and filling it out honestly and accurately is absolutely essential. The form asks you about various medical conditions, problems with your eyesight, diabetes, heart conditions, neurological conditions like Parkinson's disease or epilepsy, mental health issues, conditions affecting your balance or coordination. Now here's where I need you to listen very carefully. You might be tempted to skip over certain medical issues or downplay conditions because you're worried about losing your license. I completely understand that fear, but providing false information on this form is a criminal offense. You could face prosecution and a fine of up to £1,000. Even more seriously, if you're involved in an accident and it emerges that you failed to declare a relevant medical condition, you could face severe legal consequences. Your insurance will be invalidated, and you could be held personally liable for everything that happens. Let me be specific about what needs to be declared. If you have diabetes that's controlled by insulin, you must tell the DVLA. If you've had a stroke or transient ischemic attack, commonly called a mini-stroke, you must inform them. If you suffer from conditions affecting your balance, coordination, or mobility, these must be declared. Eye conditions like glaucoma or cataracts that affect your vision need reporting. Sleep apnea must be declared. Any form of dementia, cognitive impairment, or memory problems must be reported. Heart conditions, epilepsy, Parkinson's disease. The list goes on, and the form provides clear guidance. I know what you're thinking. If I tell them about my condition, I'll definitely lose my license. But that's not necessarily true at all. The DVLA assesses each case individually based on its specific merits. Having a medical condition does not automatically disqualify you from driving. What matters is whether that condition affects your ability to drive safely. Many people with well-controlled diabetes, managed heart conditions, or corrected vision problems continue to drive without any restrictions whatsoever. The critical factors are control and management. The DVLA may request a report from your GP or specialist. They may require you to undergo a driving assessment or medical examination. Don't view this as them trying to catch you out or take away your independence. This is about ensuring safety. Your safety and the safety of every other road user, pedestrian, and passenger. You have a responsibility not just to yourself, but to everyone who shares the road with you. Let's talk about eyesight because this is another area where the DVLA has increased its focus. You must be able to read a standard vehicle number plate from 20 meters away in good daylight. If you wear glasses or contact lenses, you can use them for this test. If you cannot meet this standard, you cannot legally drive. Police officers have the authority to conduct roadside eyesight tests, and if you fail, you can lose your license on the spot immediately. As we age, our eyesight naturally deteriorates. This is a fact of life. Conditions like cataracts, macular degeneration, and glaucoma become increasingly common. If you're experiencing any changes in your vision, blurriness, difficulty seeing in low-light conditions, reduced peripheral vision, problems with glare from oncoming headlights, you need to get your eyes tested by an optician and inform the DVLA if your condition meets the threshold for declaration. Here's something that catches many people by surprise. Even after you've successfully renewed your license, if you develop a new medical condition that could affect your driving, you have a legal duty to inform the DVLA immediately. You cannot simply wait until your next renewal comes around in 3 years. This applies to new diagnoses, significant worsening of existing conditions, or if your doctor specifically advises you that your condition may impair your driving ability. Failing to notify the DVLA of a relevant medical condition can result in a fine of up to £1,000 and potential prosecution if you're subsequently involved in an accident. Now let me address something that causes enormous anxiety and emotional distress. What happens if the DVLA decides you can no longer drive? I understand completely how devastating this feels. For many people, especially those living in rural areas without adequate public transport, driving represents independence, freedom, and dignity. Your car enables you to see friends and family, attend medical appointments, do your shopping, and maintain your social connections. Losing your license can feel like losing a fundamental part of your identity and autonomy. However, and please hear me on this, it's crucial to think about this situation objectively and rationally. If you're genuinely no longer safe to drive due to a medical condition, continuing to drive puts you and others at serious risk. Consider the consequences. Could you live with yourself if you caused an accident that injured or killed an innocent person? A child crossing the road? A young parent? Someone's beloved grandparent? The emotional burden of causing harm through an accident you could have prevented by making the difficult but responsible decision to stop driving is immeasurable. There are alternatives available. Community transport schemes exist in many areas. Taxi card schemes offer subsidized travel for older people and those with disabilities. Volunteer driving services operate through organizations like the Royal Voluntary Service. Family members may be willing to help with regular journeys. Some local authorities offer concessionary travel schemes specifically for older people who've had to surrender their licenses. Organizations like Age UK can provide detailed information about transport alternatives available in your specific area. Yes, giving up driving is a major adjustment. Yes, it requires planning and adaptation. But it's far better than the alternative of causing an accident that could destroy multiple lives, including your own. Let's return to the practical side of things. How do you actually renew your license? You have several options available. The quickest method is to renew online through the official government website at gov.uk. You can do this if you have a valid UK passport and if your personal details are up to date with the DVLA. Online renewal is fast and efficient. Your new license typically arrives within a week. Alternatively, you can renew by post using the D46P form that the DVLA sends you. You can also pick up a D1 form from any post office branch if you need one. The postal method takes longer, usually around 3 weeks, so plan accordingly and don't leave it until the last minute. When you renew, you'll need several pieces of information ready: your current driving license, your national insurance number, the addresses where you've lived over the last 3 years. If you're renewing by post, you'll also need a recent passport-style photograph. Here's some good news. The renewal service is completely free. You don't pay a penny to renew your license when you turn 70, or for any subsequent renewal every 3 years after that. Be wary of unofficial websites that charge fees for this service. Always use the official gov.uk website. Let me give you some practical tips to ensure you never miss a renewal deadline. First, set a reminder on your mobile phone or computer calendar for 3 months before your license expires. Make it a recurring event that repeats every 3 years. Second, write your license expiry date somewhere visible. Perhaps keep it with your car documents or mark it on your kitchen calendar. Third, if you have family members who help you with administrative tasks, make sure they're aware of your renewal dates and can help remind you when the time comes. If you don't receive your D46P renewal form from the DVLA approximately 90 days before your 70th birthday, don't just assume it will eventually arrive. Take proactive action. Contact the DVLA directly. You can telephone them on 0300 7906 801. Their lines are open Monday to Friday. You can also use their online services through the gov.uk website. Remember, it's your legal responsibility to ensure your license is renewed on time, regardless of whether you receive the reminder form or not. There's been ongoing discussion and debate recently about whether the current system is fit for purpose in the modern age. Some road safety campaigners argue that 3 yearly renewals are too infrequent and that more regular assessments might better ensure driver safety. Others argue passionately that age alone shouldn't be the determining factor and that driving ability varies enormously between individuals of the same age. Some 90-year-olds are safer drivers than some 40-year-olds. These debates will undoubtedly continue in Parliament and in the media, but what matters for you right now is understanding and fully complying with the current law as it stands today. I want to emphasize something important. Staying legal and safe on the roads isn't just about ticking bureaucratic boxes for the DVLA. It's about being genuinely honest with yourself about your current abilities. If you're finding driving more stressful than you used to, if you're having near misses or misjudging distances, if family members or friends are expressing concerns about your driving, if you're actively avoiding certain driving situations like motorways, night driving, or busy city centers, these are warning signs that you should seriously consider whether it's time to voluntarily reduce your driving or stop altogether. Many older drivers make sensible, mature decisions to voluntarily restrict their driving. They might only drive locally within familiar areas. They avoid rush hour traffic. They stick to routes they know well. They don't drive at night or in bad weather conditions. This is an intelligent, responsible approach that allows you to maintain some degree of independence while honestly acknowledging your limitations. There is absolutely no shame in making these adjustments. In fact, it demonstrates maturity, self-awareness, and genuine concern for the safety of yourself and others. Consider taking a mature driver assessment course. Organizations like IAM RoadSmart offer specific courses designed for older drivers. These aren't about teaching you to drive from scratch. They're about updating your skills, identifying any areas where you might benefit from improvement, and building your confidence. Many people find these courses incredibly valuable and reassuring. Have an honest conversation with your GP or optician about your fitness to drive. They can provide objective professional advice based on your specific medical conditions and circumstances. They're not there to judge you or take away your independence. They want to help you make the safest decision for everyone involved. Talk to your family. I know these conversations can be difficult and emotional. Nobody wants to hear that their children or grandchildren are worried about their driving. But if multiple people who love you are expressing concerns, please listen to them with an open mind. They're not trying to control you or take away your freedom. They're worried about your safety and the safety of others. So there we have it. Everything you absolutely need to know about the DVLA requirements for drivers over 70 here in the United Kingdom. Let me summarize the key points one final time so they're crystal clear. Your driving license expires when you turn 70. It does not renew automatically. You must take action to renew it yourself. After 70, you must renew your license every 3 years, without exception. Fill out the medical declaration form honestly and accurately. Declare all relevant medical conditions promptly. Ensure your eyesight meets the legal standard. If you develop new medical conditions, inform the DVLA immediately. Never drive with an expired license under any circumstances. Follow these rules carefully, and you can continue driving safely, legally, and confidently for many years to come. You can maintain your independence, your mobility, and your quality of life while fulfilling your legal obligations and keeping everyone on our roads safe. If you found this information helpful, valuable, or important, please give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps the YouTube algorithm show this content to more people who need to see it. Share this video with friends, family members, neighbors, or anyone else you know who might benefit from understanding these critical requirements. You could literally save someone from legal trouble, financial disaster, or worse. Have you personally been through the license renewal process? Do you have tips, experiences, or advice to share with other viewers? Please drop them in the comment section below. I read every single comment, and I know other members of our community would love to hear from you and learn from your experiences. Don't forget to subscribe to Senior Secure UK if you haven't already. Hit that red subscribe button and click the bell icon so you receive notifications every time I upload new content. I'm here to help you navigate the challenges and changes that come with getting older in the UK. Together, we can face these issues with knowledge, confidence, and peace of mind. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Thank you for caring enough about your safety and the safety of others to watch this video and educate yourself. Remember, knowledge truly is power. Stay informed, stay legal, stay safe on the roads, and most importantly, take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, drive safely and look after each other.